you?
Hi, this is Jack, Marcy, and Michael. We're at Gelt Financial. Obviously, our sign in the background, a little selfish plug. We wanted to make this video for new mortgage brokers who maybe don't know us to explain in maybe 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever, what we do. That's the purpose of it. So we're what I call private lenders. We're balance sheet lenders. We make all decisions in-house. We can close very, very quickly for our sweet spot. Our sweet spot isn't everything, and on this video, we're gonna let you know what our sweet spot is. We also, if I had to describe us, we're collateral-based lenders. We're really not that focused on the credit of the borrower, but very focused on the collateral of the property. We like loan amounts from 50 grand to 3 million. Our average loan amount in our portfolio is about 455,000 as an example. We go up to 5 million on occasion for a real sweet deal. We're not rural lenders. We lend in, I think, 38 states, Michael, something of that nature. We don't do specialty properties, but if it falls within our strike zone, we're very quick. We can close, this young lady next to me, Marcy, can close the deal in days, depending on how fast we get the title. Michael, why don't you tell everyone what we need to do, what a broker should know? If you had to tell a broker, what's your message to brokers?
Sure, so typically I like to see a brief summary of the deal to get an idea what the property has as far as income or stability, whether it's a purchase or a refi. We like to see a personal financial statement for our borrower, a little screenshot of credit. If it is a property that has income, we like to see a copy of the rent roll or some sort of financials to be able to make a legitimate decision. There are situations where a property is vacant, and what we do is we'll look at the market and what rent is and what things are selling for. We'll come up with a valuation and typically lend up to 65% of that valuation quickly. No third-party appraisal needed. We do our own valuation, as I mentioned. We're able to do many kinds of first mortgages, whether it be a debtor in possession or a bankruptcy exit or foreclosure bailout, 1031 exchange, quick closings, first mortgage, investment properties. That includes single-family investment properties, 1 to 4 unit, multifamily, mixed use, retail, mobile home parks, gas stations. We like the property to be in a city with a population at least 50,000 plus, so nothing too rural. And for the most part, we let the collateral, kind of speak for itself, not so much depending on the borrower.
Lenders.
Yep.
So we'd rather have an A collateral and a D borrower than a D borrower and an A collateral.
Yes. Yes.
Also, I think you brought up the 65 LTV. I think that's important. I use the word leverage. So, for example, we're fine with seller seconds. We're fine with blanket loans. So, I'll give you an example. There was a deal we did. I don't remember, a couple months ago. I'm making up numbers, but you get the point. Our loan amount was $250. The borrower called up for $250, but they owned another property worth $250 or $300,000 unencumbered. So we lent them the $250, which was 100% of the purchase price. In our eyes, it was like a 50% loan to value because we had the other property. In their eyes, it was like 100%. So we're very collateral focused.
Well, to add to that, we can get very creative, and usually it's us getting creative. It's not the broker, trying to come up with these solutions. So in any deal, if we're not comfortable with the loan amount they're asking, we always ask, do they own other commercial real estate? Mm-hmm. It's something where we will consider the value of them both, do one blanket loan to get them the loan amount they're looking for in most cases.
So walk us through, if you could, a broker calls us up, gets us a term sheet. How quick can you tell them whether we like the deal or not like the deal to issue them a term sheet?
So usually I can tell them in less than 10 minutes. A lot of times we have very good brokers out there who already have a complete package in most cases, leases, personal financial statement, documents. So they're able to submit me the information needed to make that that quote basically. Now for us, I will say this, sorry to interrupt, we'll do a soft quote, give them high level terms. But for them to really get a term sheet, I want to see personal financial statement, some proof of income or financials, leases. I want to get an idea of really what the property can handle before we put a term sheet out there that we can't stick by.
Got it. So once we issue them a term sheet, Marcy, walk us through, if you could, walk the brokers through what happens. And I want to highlight, because a lot of brokers don't realize that we do our own processing.
Yeah.
I say we, it's really she. and her
once,
team.
Yeah, once we establish a term sheet, it's signed, we have it back, we will immediately start working. We do everything in-house. We'll work on it ourselves. I'm the one that communicates with the borrower and the broker, whichever way the deal comes in, if it's from the borrower or the broker, and I submit to them what they need to do to clear their loan to close. And you're in my space. And once I get everything from the broker, from the borrowers, we just process everything. I order title, I order insurance, we'll do our own evaluation in-house, we just do a simple inspection of the property.
Wait, did I hear
Yes.
our own evaluation?
Our own evaluation,
So
we
tell
do
them
not do appraisals. We waive appraisals, which saves time and money for the borrowers. We do an inspection, which takes a couple of days with a company that we use. And the only thing that we have to wait for on a third party is really title work. So I will move as fast as the title comes in, and I'm like the manager of the loan. I manage all parties of the loan. When I say all parties, the insurance agent, the title agent, the borrower, the broker, the realtor, the attorneys, I manage everyone to make sure that everything is done in a timely manner, and we collect everything we need to get your loan closed. But it works.
Very quick. We
Yeah.
just did a deal maybe a month ago, but this is typical for us. I think we got the deal. It fell through another lender, came through a major broker. It was in Orlando. And I think we got the deal a Friday, and it closed Wednesday or Thursday.
Because they had title work.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
big holdup. People ask all the time, how quick can you close? The big holdup is title.
Yeah.
But if we have title, how fast can we close generally?
I've done it in 3 days, and I'm not kidding you. Got the deal in, got all the conditions, updated everything, got the closing package done through our attorney, and closed loan.
So Michael, or Michael Marcy, what do you think? I want brokers to get, what's our sweet spot? What deals are just slam dunk home runs? What deals do we love? After I'm going to get into what we don't like too, because that's important.
I think where we shine the most is deals that really need to get closed fast. And we can get that done for you. We love, shopping centers. We love owner-occupied businesses that are not too specialized. We'll do fix and flips. It all depends. Everything's driven individually by the collateral. So anything, investment, commercial, that makes sense. That's what I always tell our brokers and our borrowers, and we talk about this all the time, that we're common sense lenders. If the deal makes sense and there's enough equity and the property can carry the debt of the payment, we look at it. And there's also a lot of deals that Michael had mentioned before that we will do it even if the property is vacant, if it makes sense, if the borrower is strong, or if there's a pro forma and there's a plan, we will look at the whole picture. And I think that's our sweet spot, is that we look at everything individually.
We're
too.
very flexible. We're generally
Yeah.
recourse lenders, but give an example, on a deal-by-deal basis, we'll do non-recourse deals, right?
Mhm.
And what I would
we've
say,
done
I
that,
just want to
yeah.
add before I
Yeah.
forget, so there's certain markets to us that are special, and I would say South Florida is one of them. If there's a deal where we may be on the fence, but it's in South Florida, sometimes we'll get a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes, we'll look, is this judicial or non-judicial? What is it like via the courts or the take-back situation? Sometimes a deal may cost too much to carry. I look at deals in Chicago, sometimes taxes 50, 60,000. So I guess my point is there's some deals that just aren't a good fit for us. And the story, it just may need a different type of a lender, but we will still tell them very quickly the good deals that work with us.
So now's a perfect time to jump in. I feel like I'm an interviewer here, but now's
Having conversation.
Yeah, now's a perfect time. What don't we do? We know what we don't
Specialized.
Okay.
Churches,
Okay.
schools, synagogues, religious facilities.
Bowling alleys.
Bowling alleys.
Golf courses.
Assisted living facilities.
Assistant RV parks.
Yeah,
We do not
land.
We
We
don't
do
do
not do.
land unless it's in South Florida. We don't do new construction.
Right.
Anything large like industrial manufacturing.
We don't do
plants.
rural.
Yeah, and when we say rural, we mean if they're in a town with less than 50,000 people living there. If it's just on the outskirts, we may consider it, but if it's really, there's not a lot of population, those deals are not for us. And when we always recommend, go to
100%.
that state, to find a lender for that particular type of deal.
Why are brokers coming to us?
Speed.
Speed.
Speed and access to capital.
What I find, and we review a lot of deals, I find the deals that are a good fit for us are the ones that need to close quickly. Maybe they don't have time to go to a bank or they can't go to a bank. We deal with borrowers that are multimillionaires with perfect credit that need to close in 2 weeks. And they don't want to leave it up to a bank to kind of screw up their financial situation with a 1031 exchange or
Right,
something
because
like
the
that.
banks are taking months.
So it's
more
not
than
just bad
months,
credit
so-
borrowers. I don't want to say we just help clients with bad credit. That's not true at all. We help very, very savvy investors who use us for our speed. You know, they don't want to wait for a bank. And there's some clients also that use us to quickly close, get the property under control, maybe get it renovated. We
Right,
do
and then,
fix and flips.
then they look for other
Yeah.
financing, get out of our deal,
Yeah.
but we're a bridge.
Speed
So-
and access to capital. I always say they're coming to us for speed and they're making money on our capital or
Yes.
they're getting out of trouble.
Exactly.
Leave anything left?
And I mean, just to emphasize also, I get calls all the time from the brokers. We're a direct lender.
That's a good point.
And let's just talk about that for a minute. What is a direct lender? Okay, because out there in the marketplaces, there's a lot of brokers, borrowers go to brokers and they sell themselves as a lender, and they're not. They're bringing me the deal, they're not funding the deal. So what a direct lender is that we fund all our own deals and we keep all our loans on our books. You deal with us until you pay off the loan. And you know, as Jack has mentioned in previous videos, we've had some deals on the books for over 15 years, you know, that they just stay because we'll extend your loan even though they're a bridge. We look at every individual situation and we evaluate and we try to help out the borrower if they need to stay longer. But we process all our own loans here, we fund all our own deals, and we service all our own loans. You stay with us until you pay off.
We're making the underwriting decisions, okay? And we're
There's no loan
yeah,
committee.
there's no outside person, secondary market who's gonna change or anything like
We keep
that.
everything, we don't sell anything.
Most
So-
importantly, we put your fee on the term
Oh,
sheet.
good point,
They
Michael.
want to know how
For the
they get paid.
brokers.
You know
Yes,
that.
yes.
The broker's fee goes right on the term sheet. We protect our brokers. We value our brokers. We have thousands of brokers.
90% of our deals are
Yeah,
from
we love our
brokers.
brokers and we
Yeah.
will protect you. And I know that's always a question I get asked. How do I get paid? Where do I get paid? And their fee will be on our term sheet that we give to them and their client, and they'll be paid on the HUD at closing.
Good point,
Yeah.
very good point. How do they get in touch with us?
561-221-0900, extension 103 for Marcy,
Yeah,
and
103.
110 for myself.
And check us out at geltfinancial.com.
And don't be discouraged if you call and leave a voicemail and we don't get back to you right away. You can always email us for faster service. Always email.
Yeah,
And
we'll
for
get
me,
in
it's the
touch with
fastest.
you.
I'm 24/7 on my emails, even the weekends. So we're always reviewing deals.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We love you
Take
and we
care.
love working with brokers.